긴 경기장 도시형.
All right, so here in the top left-hand corner of Darkness Falls, we have our yellow Zerg player sporting the tag Killer. He is from Team Dignitas. His opponent in the top right-hand corner from Vile is a great young Terran player. Our pink Terran player, he is Illusion.
Yep, that's right. This kid has been pretty exciting to watch, but a capital I and two lowercase L's kind of makes his ID look like Illusion.
Illusion.
All spoit.
All right. All
right.
spoits available. All right. Let's see here, guys. Darkness Falls is a very large map, but not unreasonably so, I don't believe. You have pretty safe, natural, and... Oh, my God. Oh, stop that. Oh, I have to click on them all.
Jeez.
Oh,
man.
Oh.
A heart attack
Ooh.
there.
Coming down a little bit from that.
Oh,
anyway.
okay.
Anyway, what I was saying was pretty easy to take your natural, much like Shakur's Plateau, you know, not that big of a ramp up at the front. Not too bad to take your third as well. You've got a little bit of work to do because you've got an attack path that's outside of the range of the Xel'Naga Tower. But still, you watch this area right here, and it's pretty easy to take 3 bases. Anything other than that, you're extending yourself quite a bit on the map. But I like this. I hope that this is going to be picked a little bit more in the future. It's a nice big macro map. So,
yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we see so many maps right now with that sort of 3-base configuration. I mean, really, this isn't like hugely different from maps like Antigua Shipyard or Darkness Falls, or that's actually this map. I meant Calm Before the Storm.
Gotcha.
See what I mean? I don't know. There's just so many maps with this 4-player configuration with the 3 bases in the corner.
Right.
You know, they're all good. It's a good way to make a map, but I don't know. I'm starting to kind of want to see something a little bit more unique. I do like those little high grounds between the bases, though. That's kind of cool.
We'll make sure to get Scrap Station back in the map pool just for you.
Well, yeah. If I mean, you can fix it. That will be my next. That'll be my next target after Desert Oasis. Either Scrap Station or Steps of War.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, they can be fixed. We can rebuild it.
I
better,
don't think
faster,
we have the
bigger.
technology. I apologize.
We do have the technology. It's called the map editor.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly disagree because if it has
You are
Steps
wrong.
of War in the name, then I'm going to probably kill myself. All right, so drone is going to fall, not able to jump out of there.
Called
He does
Steps
find those
of Cat's Pajamas.
supply depot up the top. I don't want my name attached to that either. That's worse. Anyway,
Cats of War.
a Cats of War I can go with.
There you
Yes,
go.
that is acceptable.
All right.
Please continue.
Sure thing.
All right, expansion coming out now of Illusion. He does have a 1X Castless FE build in progress with the supply depot up at the front. And, looks like he's trying to bunker his opponent in.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's going to be finished.
Yep, a little bit of mild bunker pressure from Illusion. Of course, he's not really planning on doing a whole lot with this. He may end up finishing the bunker and salvaging it, but you know the main point is to get the drones to be pulled off the line, maybe cause his opponent to pull a few more lings. Yep. Killer doing a good job of not overreacting to that, though.
Oh, but he does get an
Ooh,
Overlord kill, and it
wow.
looks like he's going to snag a couple of Zergling kills here as well.
Yeah.
Very nice job.
Very nice micro, too. Oh, if he targets on that Zergling, I'll be so impressed.
Yes. It looks like he is going to get him now.
Yeah, I guess he kind of sort of got them, but that's good. I mean, when you watch this kid play, I mean, his control is so good.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And we're going to see what he can do now. Moving into the mid part of this game, he does have another base coming up along with another barracks, and a successful little way to start there, picking off that Overlord right away and supply blocking his opponent so much in the beginning of the game.
Yeah. And I wonder if he's... Okay, nope, there is the orbital command there.
Yep.
We'll have to see, too. We'll have to see if he decides to go for a quick third command center. With that second barracks, I would guess maybe not. But, you know, sometimes we do see players get that second barracks just for a couple extra Marines and then still put that fast third command center down. But he's going to be moving into possibly some reactored Hellion play here.
And we're going to see how he wants to follow this up, of course. You mentioned reactored Hellions. I think that's likely. This is something similar to what we saw MERS do in the first game, where he decided to go 2 racks and then factory after that with both Tech Lab and Reactor at the same time. So.
Right. And I mean, there's a couple different things you can do with this, too. You can decide to just go Marauders and Hellions like that, you know, or you can use it to just sort of go into standard Marine tank medevac play, you know, add the starport on a little bit later. So with Terran, you've always got, you know, plenty of options. It's kind of a nice thing about the race.
And Reactor dropping down on the barracks after it finishes the first one. So not going to be exclusively Marauders, if any at all. In fact, it's Stims, so it's just going to be Marine Hellion for a bit.
Yep. Lair coming up at about the fastest normal quote-unquote timing you would see it.
Right.
Moving into that pretty quickly here on
Meaning
two
he's
bases.
not rushing it, but prioritizing that over a third base.
Yeah, there's kind of different normal timings for the
Right.
Lair, and this is basically one of the earliest ones. And Baneling Nest as well. So I think we're going to see our Zerg player move into Mutaling Baneling. Oh, that Overlord barely getting away.
Yeah,
But yeah, fairly
close.
standard play from both players right now.
And we'll see how both players follow this up. Looks like we already have an engineering bay on the way from Illusion. He has quite a few units on the field already and growing. His opponent, though, has that Baneling Nest coming up you mentioned. And Lair Tech's just about to finish up. Is he already on quad gas? Yes. So we'll see if we get a Spire or if he'll follow this up with a different form of tech. There's Lair.
Yep. And where
There's
is
a
it?
Spire.
There's a Spire. Yep. So he is going into Spire. I was like, if he goes for Infestation Pit, I'm going to be so intrigued. But nope, it is just standard play, good solid standard ZVT.
Certainly.
Yep. This is one of those maps, too, where you can kind of bounce from base to base if you're careful with Mutalisks and do some damage that way.
And looks like Illusion's actually just going to prioritize Medevacs and Marines for a while because he is building another reactor with his factory. Somewhat of the reactor powering, but not quite.
Right.
He'll probably swap this onto the barracks in a second.
Well, what we've been seeing a lot of Terran players do, especially in Korea too, is go for a very heavy Marine medevac style initially, and then just add on tanks later on in the game.
Sure.
Just try to kind of keep a little bit more map control that way. You know, do some more damage. If you're really pumping out Marines a lot, you're safe to any sort of early Zerg attacks for the most part too. So, you know, the early tanks, spending the money on the tanks in the siege mode when you're probably not going to be attacked is something that Terrans have kind of identified as something they can now delay because of the way that Zergs are playing the matchup.
Yeah, very good point. And we'll see if either player has an inclination towards a third base in a bit. KilleR's doing some pretty nice creep spread out in the middle. This drone was like, I want to put up a base. Nope. All right.
Hellions, you do not know what you have unleashed. Oh, that one knows now. But the other three, they're still not completely sure.
That's true.
Yeah, they're like, well, that guy died, but we're way too smart to get caught by Zerglings.
Smoking my cigar in this gas-powered vehicle.
Dude, that is... I hope he has, like, the windows open or something. All right, here we go.
All
Moving
right.
up the ramp there. He's got to be careful of those Banelings.
Yes, he does.
Ooh.
Is he moving out of the way? He loses a few right away, but mitigates the rest of the damage pretty well. There's enough Marines left over. He may be able to kill the Queen as well. Go, the Queen down to 1 point of health. And it looks like Illusion's going to have to back away.
Yeah, that could have gone better. He got a little bit impulsive there, a little bit overeager to do damage. He did leave that Marine behind, and wow, that actually managed to save those two medevacs for now.
Yeah.
Oh, and is he going to be able to save him? Nice stim to save him.
Yeah, very well done. Does a little more damage to the Mutalisks as well, building up a pretty considerable amount of Marines at the moment. He does have a tech lab on his factory to move into tanks, and he has a third base coming up.
Yeah, attacking up that ramp was pretty dangerous. Normally you would see that directed at where the opponent would be taking the third. And, you know, if we kind of look down there, he would have gotten to that third base area and probably caused KilleR to cancel it. But as it is, that push didn't do a whole lot. So Illusion has a little bit of work to do to sort of catch up here, but he's by no means out of the game in the least yet.
All right, he has a couple of turrets up as well. This one's pretty exposed, and it looks like it's going to die pretty quickly, and that does expose the rest of this worker counts. Now, a few Marines are stimming up. Doesn't look like everything was stimmed, though, so nice job only to stim up about 10 of those to preserve some of the energy on the medevacs.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yep.
And we are going to have multiple turrets being built in the back now. It's going to make it a lot harder for those Mutalisks to make their way through. Supplies are at 114 to 111 in favor of KilleR at the moment, but of course he is so slow to his third base.
What's the APM of these guys? I'm just curious.
157 to 129 right now. Pretty high, especially because the new Blizzard system is only measuring effective APM, things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, quote-unquote effective APM.
Yeah, I realize there's some discrepancies and things, but...
Yep. Well, hopefully they'll kind of adjust it again. Because the APM tab used to be so much fun to show people, you know. It's like, look how fast these guys are playing. And now it's like, well, it's not quite that impressive. So, uh-oh, look out.
He's got to watch out, definitely. He is able to pick off one of the hurts Mutalisks as well, but there's
Does do some nice target firing.
Yeah, very true. And wow, actually, he was spiking to 400 effective APM there, so we still had that tab up actually for a while, and is able to pick off 2 more Mutalisks at the same time. So a good little win there for Illusion.
Well, you know what you can do is whenever you like right-click to send a unit somewhere, it counts as a new action, so you just spam right-click in different places and boost your APM that way if you really want to have those numbers high. So there are ways to do it, but I remember back when Vibe would play.
Oh my God!
Vibe. Well, no, he had a trick where he could make it spike up to 4,000 APM on the thing, and I think pretty sure what he did is just held down the space bar to switch between his hatcheries.
He did that in
or backspace rather.
An IPL 2 game, I believe it was,
Yeah.
way back in the summer of last year. Yeah, because we were watching and we actually were monitoring his APM because he is a high APM player to begin with.
Oh yeah, he is normally. Yep.
And we were like, yeah, he's playing at like 350 APM right now, and then it shot up to like 2,500, and we were like, what is going on?
Yeah, he could get it over 4,000 at times. That was kind of fun to see. A little bit silly, but fun. And yeah, looks like these turrets are not going to be long for the world. And Killer doing a little bit more damage. The units for Illusion surprisingly out of position here, and they are not actually coming home to defend this.
No, looks like he's just going to go for it.
All right.
Looks like he is scanning to make sure he takes out the creep tumors at first. So these Mutalisks are doing a world of damage.
Man.
3 of them have already gone down to the turrets. Now we have some
There we
Stim
go.
Marines. Is that? Wow, I can't believe that's enough Stim Marines there. Finally, yeah, Killer realizes he can just take that on. Comes back, and he is just going to take those out.
Illusion showing, oh no, Illusion turning around now.
Yeah.
Deciding he needs to come back and defend. And, you know, he could have lost more SCVs. He did lose a good amount of Marines.
Right.
But a little bit of indecisiveness there from Vile.Illusion. Yep, only losing 17 workers total this game, so not terribly bad. He's still not that far down in supply.
I do feel like Killer could have gotten a little more damage done there, though. It seems
He,
like.
I think he didn't quite catch that the SCVs had moved off to the side there, too. So if he would have seen that, he would have been able to pick more off, I think.
Well, he is almost maxed at the moment, but of course he's going to need some more gas. He's a bit gas starved now, but he has his 4th base running along the left-hand side, just choosing to cut the map. Cut to map.
All to maps are belong to us.
And unfortunately, all those Marines are going to die in the middle, but a big Marine drop heading along the side. These Marines don't want to be left behind.
They drew the short straw and have to run behind the airplane on the way to the battle.
That is the short end of the stick.
Like,
that sucks.
Oh, we give up. You guys go on ahead.
All right. Well, that is some sweet Overlord.
We give up.
I don't even know where I'm going with that actually, but he is prepared.
All
right.
And speaking of prepared, Killer's going to be prepared for this drop. Illusion is not going to be able to really do any damage with this. Oh no, he's dropping off anyway. Oh, but Killer, he turned around. That
because there's the 4 Marines.
Hey, those guys really came through in the
end.
And
they haven't died yet.
Wow.
They're the best Marines ever.
Oh, it's still not going to work out too well, but he is target firing down a couple Mutalisks. Does kill 1, but I don't think that was really worth it.
No,
my
neither do
opinion
I.
here. 3-3 on the way, though, for his bio, so he's going to have a very strong force. But look at this. Such a tiny army for Vile.Illusion.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, all these little pokes and prods has really cost him in the army department. Oh, boy.
Oh, God. And the tank's just sieging up. We're going to see if there's enough here to take out the Banelings. Good target fire on the first run of Banelings. The second set is trying to make its way through.
Nice.
He actually hasn't taken that much damage from the Banelings. Of course, he didn't have enough anti-air, and the Mutalisks just ripped through his siege tanks, but he did neutralize the Banelings pretty well.
Yeah, it could have been worse. I mean, Vile.Illusion's still in the game here, but he's at the point where he needs to make something happen. His opponent does have the momentum. He's starting to kind of run away from it. Killer doing a really good job of expanding and just kind of being all over the map and being everywhere he needs to be, pretty much.
And Marine taking a little bit of fire for the home team
fire
there.
For a little
so,
while.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
Now he's dead.
No, he actually just lost a lot of Marines really quick. They were lost quick enough. Thought he might have picked up there for a second, but no. Siege tanks on in a good position here on the high ground. Nice job to pick off the spine crawlers before they're able to root. We'll see if that gives Killer the opportunity he needs to make his way in. No, just hanging out for a second. Possibly going to do a Ling Baneling run by. No, just a sandwich trying to trap these forces.
Nice little flank there, and the Mutalist is coming over the top, and that is easily more than Killer needs to crush this army.
Yeah, it really is.
Crush it, he does.
Yep. And 186 to 128 supply differential at the moment. Illusion doesn't have that many more forces left over. Not the greatest engagement here for Killer. Attacked with the Zerglings before anything else ran behind. But it looks like even that was enough to soften up the anti-air so the Mutalisks could just run on through afterwards.
Yeah, Illusion looks like he may be about dead here, I gotta say. I mean, not a lot he can do to stop the amount of mutas that's out. Even the Marines that are coming out, they are 3-3, but between the Zerglings and the mutas, Killer should be drawing the GG from Illusion within the next couple seconds, I would say.
Valiant effort from Illusion there. Both players playing a very high APM now, as we were mentioning before. Base goes down. The third has fallen. There is a Thor up there.
Oh, man.
Toxic. And there is the G. And Illusion has been taken out now. So congratulations to Killer. He's knocked out Hawk and now Illusion.
Dignitas.KilleR tying things up 3-3.